Right, hello everyone, Ian here. How you doing today? As you can see, I actually have two videos. You can't see the second one at the minute because it's down here. I think I'll move my OBS to the top. Actually, for me it doesn't feel right. There we go. Yeah. So first off, we have chills, and then we have top 15, which are pretty much the same thing, just with pretty much the same guy, just with two different channels. The moment I say that, both people immediately leave. It just said there was two people watching, now there's 0. I can confirm this as well. Yeah. I can confirm this as well. Oh. Yeah. 2 people, and then now it's 0. But yeah, we are going to be watching Chills first and then Nuke's top 5, so let's get into it.
TikTok has a dark side. You've come way too far to stop now, so let's go deeper than ever and see how twisted it gets. Number 15, a TikToker
Whoa.
named Rocco.zd gets.
Is that on an airplane? Flipping hell no.
Number 15, a TikToker named Rocco.zd watches his friend Jack go deeper down a trail at night when something steps out of the woods and makes its way towards them.
Wait, what is that?
This video almost has to be special effects because the creature looks like it weighs well over a ton, yet is able to walk without a sound, not even the snap of a single twig. It also would probably be running towards them at this point instead of walking forward slowly, but it'd be impossible to tell for sure. So while this thing is definitely terrifying, whether or not it's real is another question altogether. Nevertheless, this TikTok is certainly scary.
Hold on, I've just realised there's 15 videos here, but then we're going to be watching another 15. Hold on. 15 add 15.
The answer is 30.
We'll be technically watching 30 videos altogether.
Number 14, a TikToker named Melody Zaragoza
No.
1121 has an experience she will never forget on a flight, as she later describes simply as being not fun. All of the monitors go haywire and flash on and off in strange patterns, bathing the cabin in a green alien-like glow. At one point, they all turn on at once, almost as if there is some sort of deeper communication efforts at play. But without any further evidence, I would just as soon attribute this experience to faulty wiring, which, now that I think about it, is probably one of the few instances where a ghost could be arguably preferable. Number 13, Gabby and Amy are TikToking at their university, but the extra eerie all-white figure behind them steals the spotlight. I don't know if this is a guy creeping on them or what, but it doesn't move at all the whole time and looks really tall, coming up about halfway to the door behind. This could also be a statue, but it looks out of place and barely there, like it could vanish at any moment. Number 12, a ghost investigating TikTok account called Gateway Paranormal TN experiences brief success when they detect the frame of a ghost standing on the table next to them.
Go walk on the other side of the desk.
Is it at me?
But the ghost disappears when he tries to get closer. What's especially odd about this video is how the ghost seems to briefly lean forward, as if trying to resist him, and then gets bumped out of the frame. I was thinking this looked too small to be a ghost, but when compared to the wireframe of one of the ghost investigators, it seems to be in normal proportion. Whether it's a real ghost or just a computer error, they aren't able to recreate it, so it might have been a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, to which we'll never get the true answer.
It's gone.
Number 11, a TikToker named Jordan Dreyer rides down a rainy road when he and his friend see a lone woman crossing the road. Upon seeing them, she stops and turns their way.
What the fuck?
Her white robes fluttering in the wind, and considers them as they pass. Her face is gray and ashen, as pale as her clothing, which I guess could be makeup, I guess if this video isn't real. But as they pass, when the video plays frame by frame, one of her eyes seems to glow unnaturally. possibly marking the exact moment when a curse passes between them, and possibly onto anyone who watches this video, including you. I will say that this could be scripted. There are no other cars on the road, but they are traveling at a slow speed, almost as if they knew she was there. But like I said, the weather wasn't good that night, so maybe he's being a safe driver. Another possibility is that something bad had just happened to a real person and she needed their help, in which case whatever she was trying to get away from could have very well caught up with her again after they drove away. Number 10. A lot of people want to know where the line is when art goes too far, and the answer is when your painting starts moving by itself.
What?
There's no loud construction sending vibration through the walls, no jets overhead, no trains, just a picture bouncing against the wall. Maybe they put a magnet on the picture, and a magnet of the same pole on the other side of the wall to make them repel. Or maybe they should just move like he says. Number 9.
What did you say? Can you say that again? Right into the side of my thing? I heard you.
A TikToker named Deadbeat TV is investigating a haunted farmhouse for traces of the paranormal when he gets an answer to his question in the form of a passing shadow.
What did you say? Can you say that again?
He is standing completely still, and yet something moves fast across the floor. The shadow is perfectly contained within this room and does not touch either side of the doorway at all. It doesn't come from behind. Something ran across this room, a low-moving shadow with no body attached, and shortly after, this second ghostly shadow reaches out. This seems like something paranormal to me. Number 8. A TikToker named Brandy Sawyer is exploring an abandoned house with some friends and thinks she sees a ghost before they even get inside. It's standing in the center top right window, the vague outline of a person pressed against the glass. If you don't see anything, let me circle the head. Do you see it now? What's weird is that the windows above and below are clean, and even the top part of this window is clean too, and yet this one section is hard to see through and contains a round floating object, possibly a face, that seems to follow their moves. Number 7. A TikToker named Mark Anthony catches this strange activity at a post office after hours. Some kind of hanging display swings all by itself while an identical display stays still. I think it could just be blowing under an AC vent, but then again, in the very beginning you can see all of the other wall displays in the other doors stay still. So it is weird that out of all of these, only one moves. Number 6. A TikToker named Kayla is posing in the mirror when she notices her Snapchat filter detecting a face in the corner of her room. She slowly zooms in to find Snapchat has successfully located a pair of eyes, a nose, and a mouth directly behind her. Even after the filter goes away, you can still see the imprint of a somber face in her bed sheets, neither smiling or frowning. I guess she could have carefully folded the face herself, testing each over and over again until Snapchat detected a face, or maybe it simply came to her like she says. Only Kayla knows for sure, and in my opinion, she looks just as surprised as the rest of us. Number 5. A TikToker named Prince of Stitches is about to go to sleep when this late night visitor takes over his spot. Moments before he lies down, the floating white smear somewhat resembles the arm and shoulder of someone sleeping on their side, perhaps someone who once passed away in this very same spot, or it could just be how the light from this mounted lamp is hitting the camera.
Hold on a minute, I need to scratch my back. It really itches. There we go.
There's a somewhat similar looking effect happening next to the lamp, shown here. Light artifacts aside, that still doesn't explain how the covers pulsate likely like the shallow breathing of someone deep asleep. Either he put something under the sheets to make them do that, exactly what I don't know, or it's time to check out and find a non-haunted hotel that won't make you room with a ghost. Number 4. Jake Atafi is in his living room when someone pulls open the screen door really slowly and just lets it shut. No follow-up knock, no footsteps walking away, nothing. Even his dog is wondering what the deal is. Jake stops recording to check and claims no one was outside. It's creepy, but it's too bad he didn't record out of his window to prove that his house is as haunted as he says it is. Number 3. A man is asleep when his curtains draw back in a way that looks more like an invisible hand than the wind. Shortly thereafter, a round white object that could be a head lingers around the bottom of the window and appears to gaze in. Next, a bizarre triangular object flies up in a blur directly over his sleeping form. It could be a ghost or it could be an insect. If you thought the curtains moving in the beginning was just the wind, then how do you explain this portion of the covers moving under his bed shortly before the video ends? It looks like something is crawling up next to him, but we never get to see its true form. This is one of those videos that is either completely real or scripted with no in between. The problem is I'm not sure which. Number 2.
Wait. That's the moon on the right. So what the that?
A TikToker named Zandorf looks up to see a large object dwarfing the moon.
Oh yeah, it is. It does do it on mine. You just have to line it up right.
It's not a street lamp because there's nothing underneath of it. Stranger still, the moon isn't even visible on his friend's phone when he tries to take a picture. So is Zandorf really telling the truth?
You don't see anything. Like, we need to take a picture of, like, the difference.
That's so weird. What the there it is. Look.
I think that the larger object could actually be the real moon, which makes the smaller circle a lens flare. This is the only explanation that makes sense to me, unless he really was looking at something much larger and many times brighter than the moon itself.
Well, you can see all the you can see the detail in
He was
the
looking
moon.
at something
Look.
much larger and many times brighter.
Yeah. That definitely looked like the moon to me. So what the hell could that be?
Than the moon itself. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills, and if you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my generosity videos I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Number 1.
I usually try to post funny stuff, but I'm leaving, I put my jacket on, and I'm walking out, and I hear a bang in my daughter's room, and I'm the only one here. And she's been trying to tell me that the place is haunted, and it's an old house, whatever, so I don't really pay much attention. But I'm leaving, I hear a bang. So I'm gonna go investigate.
John McDonald Jr. never believed his daughter when she kept saying the house was haunted, but now he's alone and hearing noises, and so he grabs the camera just in case she's right.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this light on. I'm a little nervous, but so her room's the one on the left, and then we'll just go.
Okay, so pushing a stroller out of the room is easy to fake, but here's the thing. He goes straight into her room, no pauses, and checks some common hiding spots. He checks behind the door, nothing, and nobody is hiding in this corner behind the dresser. But he doesn't check under the bed, possibly because this video is made up and his daughter is under there, or possibly because the bed is so low, he knows nobody could fit underneath, and he doesn't check the closet, since he only checks half the room. I think this video has a 50% chance of being real. Should you ever find yourself in a similar...
That is kind of weird. Anyway, we're going to watch the next 15 videos, which is right here.
Number 15, Microburst, Gym Class.
Hold on a minute. The text on here looks a little different. Let me zoom in. Oh, now it just looks... Oh, well, that's weird. The moment I zoom in, the text looks normal. Whew, sorry, I can't talk at the minute. There we go.
This is often one of the most dreaded classes, and this video will give you even more reason to hate it. Posted to YouTube in January of 2020, this clip shows a North Carolina school gym bursting apart on camera, known as a microburst. It tore through this gym. Similar to a twister, microbursts are short-lived bursts of intense weather, lasting often from around 5 to 10 minutes. Upon reaching the ground, the column can direct winds of more than 100 miles per hour in any direction. While dry microbursts are more common, wet ones like the one in this video are rare. Winds can be even heavier with wet ones, due to the fact that they're accompanied by heavy precipitation, propelling the winds to move even faster. As this water balloon dropped on Sampson County, the microburst tore the gym's roof and wall clean off, while students raced to safety from the storm during a time in which more than a dozen students were playing inside. While the gym is undoubtedly closed for a time for repairs, psychological repairs to those students present during the incident will likely take much longer. Number 14, Rando. If you think you're safe in your own home, think again. Posted by Call Me Ace here to the Chills Narrator subreddit, the Redditor explains, "This is a video of a random guy walking up to my brother's home in Houston, Texas. The stranger flashed their flashlight through my brother's front door window and camera. The video shows a man possibly casing the place. If that is what he's doing, he isn't taking many precautions, as he's not wearing a mask of any kind to hide his identity, nor does he take any notice at first of the security camera that's caught him red-handed. If he was trying to fly under the radar, he's doing a terrible job at it. Not only does he flash a flashlight directly into the potential target's home, but he looks squarely into the security camera, capturing his headshot straight on, right before shining the flashlight into the camera's face too." Redditor Stark Burrito asks, "Was he pointing the flashlight into the camera to obscure himself? Bit late, buddy." Other Redditors recommended that the homeowner alert other neighbors to the incident, as well as the neighborhood watch and local authorities. It might prevent the unknown person from taking this further. While you may not have to worry about those you know entering into your home, you should definitely worry about randos. Number 13, paranormal figure. Are you a social media influencer? The next time you're off in your own world, filming your next Twitter phenom, don't look over your shoulder. Posted to YouTube by BTS in May of 2019, this video will haunt you. The Twitter video begins like any other, with its star checking himself out in the camera before taking some film of the passing city scene outside his car window. Looks just like a normal everyday video to brighten everyone's Twitter feed, but as many YouTubers pointed out in the comments of this video, some random shadow appears behind the star's left shoulder. What is this creeping shadow lingering just behind him? Is it something paranormal, or just a ghostly fan watching him?
Then again, that could maybe be a chair. The car could probably have a boot or something, so that could probably be a chair or something, I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. If you look at all the... Like, if you look at this and then kind of look at the shape of this, it kind of looks similar, so... I don't know. I really don't know.
Judge for yourself. Either way, it's 100% frightening. Number 12.
Not really.
Sounds of Misery. What do you think misery sounds like? You're about to find out. Cross-posted by Nevin8 to the Chills Narrator subreddit. The Redditor writes, "I hope this is just a joke that all these people are doing."
朋友们，我们小区这些人忍不住了，来听一下，在狂吼。 不知道在吼啥，这一个片区都吼起来了。
What the hell?
想出去啊！
Posted to YouTube by JTV on February 22nd, 2020, reveals what it's like to be in a city. JTV on February
想出去啊！
2020. Posted to YouTube by JTV on February 22nd, 2020.
The 22nd of February. The 22nd of February. That's literally 3 days after my nan died. 3 days. And it's nearly been a month. She died on the 19th of March. Was it March or February? It's March now, isn't it? Yeah. She died on the 19th of February, and her funeral was on the 19th of this month. So when we have her funeral, it would have been exactly 1 month since she died, which I find really ridiculous because that's way too long to be waiting just to have a funeral. I feel like my nan's funeral should have been, I don't know, a week or two at the most after, not a whole flipping month. I mean, funerals are getting too expensive, and what do they get out of it? I mean, if me and my family paid for the cheapest funeral, it would probably still be exactly the same as a really expensive funeral. But the only thing is, she's getting cremated, not buried and all that stuff, so it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Reveals what it's like to be in a city on lockdown. The lockdown time has reached the limit of human tolerance, JTV writes. According to the Reddit post, the footage reveals that the community has been pushed to the limit. Residents scream, wails, and howl throng the night. A chaotic murmuring has fallen over the city, with random screeching and audibly restlessness.
那边又胡起来了，那边，大家都睡不着啊。
At one point in the darkness, you can see a single light flick on. The real surprise is that anyone at all is sleeping enveloped in these sounds of misery. Listen to the lockdown city. Imagine hearing this noise in a city at night. It'd be enough to make me really freak out. Number 11. Homeowners.
What city is it anyway, and why is it even on lockdown? Is it because of that coronavirus thing? Or like, I don't know. I keep smelling food. It smells like a roast. I think my mum might be having her dinner. I don't know, I'm gonna go and check. Oh, did you hear me? No, I actually forgot I said that. I thought you could hear me, because I kept smelling food for ages, and I was like, I have to go and check. It's really starting to annoy me. And then all of a sudden you're like, that's why I was like, oh, I didn't actually hear me. Hey Bella. Well, I don't know if you heard, but clearly I was right. She's eating. So, yeah. It's just that the smell, I've been smelling it for that long that it's like, oh god, I want the smell to go away. On. I thought... Ah, yeah, okay, it's alright.
Turn the Tables, posted to YouTube channel Fox 8 News Cleveland in February of 2020. This video shows homeowners turning the tables on an unknown man entering into his home near West Salem, Ohio, using a pitchfork. This man found himself face to face with a standoff by the homeowner. This was not the first time this unknown person did this in the area. He was wanted for various similar activities all over the county, so it's likely that these homeowners were prepared to greet the man should he try his luck at their doors. After being called to the rural home, the Wayne County deputy found the two homeowners holding this individual until authorities arrived. They'd chased down the suspect into a wooded area by tracking his footprints in the snow. After the individual tried to enter, one of the residents said, "He took the pitchfork, busted my storm door lock, busted that out. There's 4 holes in my door."
You took a pitchfork, busted my storm door lock, busted that out. There's 4 holes in my door.
Authorities' reports state that not only was the suspect armed, but he had a number of taken items in his possessions, which he'd taken from the other similar events. At the time of writing, the suspect was being held on bond, one more bad guy off the streets, or in this case, out of the forest. Number...
Why do people do stuff like this? Why do they try and break into people's houses? I mean, for God's sake, we're not even safe in our own flipping houses anymore. Like, thankfully, thankfully, we are getting a security thing, an AMT or whatever it's called. Hold on, let me bloody search it up. ANT or AMT, I'm not too sure, but... Oh, for God's sake, it must be AMT then. It's a security thing. I don't remember the name of it, but I know it's A something T. What the hell? Why have I got all this here? I don't know why I've got that much research, but yeah, why do people keep doing stuff like this? I don't understand. Like, it really... Why? That's all I want to know. Why? We're not even safe in our own flipping houses anymore. It's just getting ridiculous. It really is. It's just getting beyond stupid. I mean, sometime last year or the year before, we had someone literally a house or two houses away from us break in to some old man's house who wasn't even at the house at the time because he was at the hospital for cancer. Thankfully, my next door neighbour was walking around and she saw that the fence was broken in and there was a massive hole in the door and everything, and they went in and the place was completely ransacked, however you say it, but you know what I mean. Like, I just can't believe people. I really can't. It's beyond stupid. It really is, and I still can't believe in 2020 people are still doing stuff like this. I really can't. It pees me off so much. I just want all this stupidity to end. Okay, I want all of it to be gone. I want people to become nicer and more friendly and not trying to break into people's houses and killing other people and beating other people up. I know one of them, and I don't ever want to meet him. He's probably watching right now. But you know what? Screw him. Because if he ever tries to come near me, I'll beat the living crap out of him. If he ever tries to meet up with me. But yeah. And it'll not only be in self-defense, but it'll be a lot more than that. That's what he'll get for beating my mum up. And you know who you are. And I don't ever want to bloody meet you. You can F off. You might be in contact with my sister, but you'll never be in contact with me. Sick and tired of people trying to do stuff like this. I really am.
Number 10, unknown object. From the get-go, this video gives you distinctly unsettling feelings. Posted by Calligram to the Chills Narrator subreddit, the Redditor teases with the title, "Jump scare only, maybe." The low-def footage follows our cameraman down a staircase, into a dark room, and later into a public restroom. All the while, the irritating sound scrambles in and out. Our film man enters the last bathroom stall, closing the door behind him, then presumably gets ready to do his business. As he leaves the seat, the camera angle turns, showing something emerging from the stall next door. As the video is so low def, it's unclear what the object is, maybe a snake of some kind, as you can see movement on the ground and then something lift from the bottom of the stall. Imagine doing your business when you're greeted surprisingly by this monster next door. What do you think this creature could be? Would you ever dare enter this bathroom stall? Nevertheless, it's certainly creepy. Number 9. Tokyo Garden Intruder. Intruder footage has a way of making you feel completely creeped out. Posted to YouTube in February of this year, 2020. This surveillance footage shows several alleged intruder entries at Tokyo Garden at Bakersfield, California. The owner of the Tokyo Garden restaurant, Thomas Park, claims that the place has been the target of intruders on at least 4 occasions over the last several months. Park says although he's filed authorities reports for the incident, he's not sure what the authorities have done to solve them. It's gotten to the point where I don't feel safe and my customers don't feel safe, Park told KGET News. The surveillance footage shows the unknown individuals breaking through the windows, glass doors, and other panels to take sales equipment and cash. According to Park, other area restaurants including McDonald's and Sakura Cafe have also recently been targets. In the first clip in the video, an unknown individual enters through the front door and rummages through drawers to find whatever he can to make it worth his while. On a separate occasion, the second clip reveals an unknown individual with a back.
These are different clips? I thought all of these people were together in one night. What?
Pack entering through the window, also rummage.
And as you can see, it says 2020. What day is that? The 8th? Hold on, let me take a photo of that. What date is that? Flipping load, will ya? Wow. Are you flipping joking me? The 16th of the 1st, 2020. Or in this case, 2020 of the 1st, 16. Are you joking me? January 16th, 2020. I don't believe some people. I really don't.
Through the same set of drawers and assumedly leaving with some cash or valuables. A third clip, another masked man enters through a separate window, looking carefully through the entire area above which the register is kept. The unknown individual puts a few things into his or her backpack before taking off. Do you feel creeped out just watching this? Me too. Number 8. Ghost investigating. When searching for ghosts in a haunted house abandoned in the jungle, be prepared to skip a step. This video, posted to YouTube by Pratik Paul in July of 2015, purports to show a real ghost girl in Matharan, India. The beautiful stone building in this clip is surrounded by foliage inside and out. The guide informs his audience about the house. According to him, it's one of the oldest houses in Matharan, built during an era when the East India Company ruled in India. A general in the East India Company lived here with his family, including his wife and kin. Although the general was a generous man, during the time of the revolution, the house was lit on fire by rebel villagers. The colonel and his family could not escape. Within 30 minutes, the house was up in flames. Some say you can hear the sound of footsteps within the haunted house, and it's a general rule that no one should enter after 5 p.m. The crew is here at 5:30, hoping to capture on camera the ghosts that are said to haunt the place. After feeling unsettled by something, the camera whirls around and cries out that something is there. You can't see anything in the thick surrounding foliage. Although the cameraman states he saw a shadow, the other guy notes that it's just a cat, man. But then again, he says something feels wrong. The cameraman zooms in on a window opposite, and a figure with black hair can be seen there. One of the men says they heard a sound. That's when they decide to book it out of there, and fast.
What's that? Guys, I heard a sound right now. Okay, let's leave. Let's leave.
Well, some are quick to call fake on this one. YouTuber Science Classes is a little more relenting, writing, "If it's true, then I too want to see that spirit. Do you too? Count me in as well." Number 7. Melbourne derailment. Traveling from Sydney to Melbourne, a trail derailed near the town of Wallan in Victoria, Australia.
Wait,
on
what?
February 19th, 2020. 4 of the carriages derailed, while the locomotive railed completely onto its side. Images and video of the train mishap were posted all over social media by passengers.
No.
As the footage shows, the train was wavering significantly on the track before the incident. The Guardian reported that this section of the track was required maintenance, and some Victorian train drivers would not cross it. An investigation is still underway into the cause of the incident, but this footage may offer some insight into what happened. Number 6. Haunting melody. Do you hear that haunting melody? It may be the vocalizations of an actual ghost. Posted by Charger3933 to the Ghosts subreddit. This clip captures a ghostly song in the abandoned asylum, Eloise Psychiatric Hospital in Michigan, which we've discussed at length in previous top 15s. Charger notes in the comments that he did not hear the singing during the visit, only afterwards when he listened back to the recording. The Redditor was wandering around the abandoned asylum with a friend when he heard disembodied footsteps coming up the stairs. As he tried to capture the footsteps via a Snapchat video, he heard screaming from a distance. He saved the video and later heard the haunting singing as well. Redditor Wubba-Lubba-Dubbity-Doo in the comments writes, "Obviously we have to take the audio."
Hold on, I have to hear that again.
He saved the video and later heard the haunting singing as well. Redditor Wubba-Lubba-Dubbity-Doo.
Wubba-Lubba-Dubbity-Doo. That is such a weird name. Hold on.
And later heard the haunting singing as well. Redditor Wubba-Lubba-Dubbity-Doo.
How did he say that so flawlessly? Wubba-Lubba-Dubbity-Doo. What the hell? I can't. That is just a weird name.
In the comments writes, "Obviously we have to take the audio with a grain of salt because it's possible someone was hidden in the building. That being said, I hear the screams and sleep freaky AF." The same Redditor later notes in the thread that the uploader basically caught an EVP. He also remarks that he too hears the footsteps or something moving nearby. The uploader states that he tried to stay as still as possible and that he would also consider this an EVP as he did not hear the singing in real time. Redditor quite fast agrees that the singing sounds like a lullaby. The Redditor tried to isolate the woman's voice and added a clearer clip to the thread. The humming voice sounds even spookier with the audio cleared up, and it's quite fast notes. You can almost hear the words safe and sound. Do you feel safe and sound after watching this video? Number 5. Clover Forest Creature. Go into the forest, and you may never come out alive. YouTuber Clover Forest Creature posted a series of videos that might deter you from ever entering the forest again. The YouTuber writes, "We are uploading these videos, hoping that people can help us identify this animal or help explain what is happening here." According to the video, they'd been hearing strange noises emanating from the forest over the past week, and when they asked their neighbors, they discovered that others had seen lights coming from the forest interior. pets had also gone missing in the area. Expecting to find some stray animal in the forest that was perhaps responsible, they discovered something else. In the first video, they find something hanging from a tree branch, which they say looks like a doll. As they continue to wander into the dark forest, they hear something in the brush.
Really? Listen. Whoa.
They run away from whatever it was that made that noise. After debating whether or not to go back, they see bright red lights coming towards them. Are they the burning coal eyes of some unknown creature or something else? You'll have to watch the entire series to find out. Number 4. Possible poltergeist. When inanimate objects start taking life around your home, maybe your house is cursed a la Beauty and the Beast, or maybe it's haunted by a poltergeist. Posted to YouTube by Horrifying Nightmares in January of 2013, the YouTuber explains. Last week we captured footage of a bull scooting across the table.
What the hell?
Some said it was a string, but this time the bull flew into the air, cups scooted across the table, and the entire table shook. Noting that the video speaks for itself, let's see if it does. The video shows a little boy playing at a table. In front of him is a red bowl with something inside. The boy plays for a time without incident, but the minute he walks away from the table, the bowl slides on its own to the left. In a later clip, the same red bowl flies from the table, another blue bowl and green cup slide across it, then the table jumps up, shaken by the paranormal. Would you be interested in eating at this poltergeist table? I think I'm gonna pass.
You know, it kind of looked like the desk I already have. It actually, like, if I'm not even joking, it actually kind of looked like the exact same desk I've already got. That I'm currently using right now. Hold on. No flipping, no way. No way. Oh, that would do. No way, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. But hold on, before we continue, if you look at this shape here, that's exactly the same. Hold on. Like, that is exactly the same as the video. Yeah, if I put it to one side here, it's pretty much at an angle like this. Shut up! Look at that, it's exactly the same! Oh my god, that's creepy! And it was haunted! Shut up, it was haunted! Oh no! Screw off! No way! That is pretty much exactly the same shot. I'm looking at the live stream at the bottom here. What? And the funny thing is, this top part can be lifted up as well. Let me show you again. This top part can be lifted up. I could have the exact same desk as that person with the haunted desk. Look. Right. Lift it up. As you can see, it's being lifted up. And look, it's shaking my entire setup, as you can see. So, if a ghost can do that, then that must be a very strong ghost. Like, flipping out. Creepy stuff, I tell you. Very creepy.
Number 3, sleepy driver. It's usually obvious when someone isn't paying attention on the road, but what happens when they fall asleep altogether? Posted to the NBC News YouTube channel in September of 2019, this clip captured a Massachusetts driver fast asleep on the highway. Being that his Tesla is driving normally, it's presumed that the car was in autopilot mode, a Tesla feature that's been viewed as controversial by some. NBC News states, it's the latest incident involving semi-autonomous cars that have authorities and federal safety experts sounding an alarm. Traveling down the highway, the video was captured by Twitter user Dakota Randall as he drove down the Massachusetts Turnpike. Randall tweeted the video and later told local media that he tried to wake the driver or the passenger, who was also fast asleep, by beeping his horn to no avail. Randall spoke with WHDH News in Newton, Massachusetts about the incident. I thought, wow, I was just driving next to somebody who was completely asleep. The car stayed the same speed in the same way on the highway. The advanced driver assistance system has come under scrutiny in the past few years. Tesla, on the other hand, claims that some of the videos showing Tesla drivers asleep at the wheel appear to be hoaxes. The company states that alerts are sent every half minute if the driver's hands have left the wheel. If warnings are found to be ignored, then the car's autopilot is prohibited. Whether or not this video is a hoax has yet to be seen, but spotting a driver recklessly asleep at the wheel like this on a high-speed highway would certainly stop your heart. Number 2, close call. Dashcam footage caught this near-passing experience on an icy Illinois highway. Reported by Chicago's WGN9 in November of 2019, Illinois state authorities released the footage to warn drivers to navigate the winter roads slowly and carefully. Calling it a miracle on ice, 2 state troopers were on the shoulder of Interstate 64, changing a driver's flat tire, when all 3 nearly lost their lives as this semi-truck slid off the road, overturning right into the car. Both the woman and the troopers launched into a nearby ditch, barely avoiding the truck. All 4, including the driver of the truck, escaped with their lives. While this is a rare case on the roads, remember it could happen to anyone. Miracle.
What the flipping hell?
Is right. Before we get to number 1, and the Belbus every Tuesday. Number 1, refinery blast. If you work in gas, the last thing you would want is a blast. That becomes clear with this video, which shows the exact moment when a refinery blasted. The footage unveils a series of blasts tearing through the largest East Coast refinery located in South Philadelphia. Reported by CNBC in June of 2019, the 3 blasts occurred in a vat of propane and caused the enormous flames seen here. According to reports, it turned the sky orange and its heat could be felt for miles around. An event like this is horrifying, and let's hope nothing similar happens again in the near future. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload.
Jesus Christ, that bloody blast. Holy crap. That is scary. Wow. Oh, Markiplier talking about the coronavirus. We've been following that for quite a while now. 10 people here in the UK have died, and some kid at my sister's school, from what I've heard, actually had it, and now they're home prisoned or think whatever you call it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks isn't enough to get rid of a brand new virus. Like, it should be a lot more than 2 weeks. A hell of a lot more for a flipping virus, dude. Like, as you can see, it's getting late. I've got nothing much else to say. Clearly nobody has chatted or anything. I am moving my mouse up and down, and, you know, clearly nobody has said anything. There's only been one person watching, and 0 people liked, which obviously is alright. Just letting you guys know. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. It's been nearly an hour, pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you guys get notified on when I upload or live stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Bye.